Hello friends, Jared here again with another update on my Tau army. I am finally at the 500 point mark and we're working towards 1,000. So I wanted to update you on the progress I've made. As you can see here, we have the stealth suits. I have 3 sets of 3 and they're all painted in slightly different camos. And so these guys are painted in kind of a stripy camo. These guys have the animal print camo, kind of like a cheetah or something. And then these guys are in more of a blotchy camo. And so they came out pretty decently. I might touch up some of the plasma weapons. I'm not 100% happy with those yet. But in terms of the camo patterns, I do like them. And then I have their little drops markers here as well. One of these is official and the other 2 were made of green stuff. But unless you wiggle it a little bit, you can't really tell they're made of green stuff. And I'm pretty happy with them. Really liking the blacks and the yellows and the orange ochre colors. I like that there is no metallics. One of my goals with this army was to use no metallic paints. So far, that's working pretty good. I do like it. I've been doing kind of a dry brush on the black to give it a little bit more character. It looks good. It gives it kind of an alien material look, especially next to the Space Marines or the Chaos Space Marines or the Necrons, which all have lots of metallic paints on them. And so it helps them look a little more different and helps the aliens look more alien. And that was kind of the goal with the Tau. So the other thing you'll notice that's new is my Devilfish. And I am really happy with how this guy came out. Really kind of a fun, crisp color. I've got the drones on him. These come off. And then I have a pilot here, or a spotter here, so I can take the hatch, open the hatch, and then this guy is ready to pop up and start looking for some Space Marines to shoot or to turn the ship and deploy his troops. Let's see if I can open this thing still. Should open. Looks like it's going to take both of my hands. There we go. Oops. There we go. So yeah, this opens up, and then the Tau come running out here to go chucking grenades and shooting guys. So really happy with how this thing has come out. So that is my Devilfish. I believe I showed off my broadside in a previous video. He's doing great. Got some drones. And then the Piranha, I can't remember if I've shown him off or not, but this one came out great. I really like how the pilots came out on it. And then the accent color against the ochre is looking really, really crisp too. I was thinking about doing that in camo, but honestly, I really like the highlighted panels. It gives it a really nice look. It looks really different than anything else I've ever painted and gives it a very, very uniquely Tau feeling, which I really appreciate. So these guys are looking pretty good. There's a few touch-ups I might decide to do later here and there, but it's looking good. I got 500 points done, and so that's really nice. Other thing I'm looking at, so I want to do another 500 points. Next thing on the list is the Ghost Keel, another squad of Strike Team, my Breacher team, and then I want to do an Ethereal, a Fireblade, and maybe the Dark Strider too. So let's get some heroes up in the mix next, get myself to 1,000 points, and then I can do a 1,000-point test game, start learning to play these guys against the Space Marines, most likely, and go from there and see what they can do. So overall, pretty happy with where they are looking. They've got a really fun scheme and some really fun sculpts and a good mix of infantry and heavy infantry and artillery, I guess, and vehicles. So really enjoying painting Tau so far. This has been a really fun army, and there's another 1,500 points to go. The Crisis suits are coming up next, too. I think that'll be part of probably 1,000 to 1,500 points, so that will be a little bit later. Then there's about 50 more of these guys to go, and 2 more vehicle bodies like that. So one of them's a Skyray, and one of them's the big Doom cannon looking thing, the giant railgun cannon. It's even bigger than his gun. So that'll be fun. I'll paint those up a little later, and that should bring me to 2,000 points, just about. Actually, it's a little over 2,000 points, but that'll be my biggest army. And then I'm also working on, if you see my other video, I'm also working on some Space Marines. So I'll be bringing in the Imperial Fists, and then they and the Ultramarines can combine forces to have another 2,000 points and battle it out with these Tau. And so I'll be geared up and on track to be ready for 11th edition. So when 11th edition rolls around, the goal will be to have a Chaos Space Marine army that's close to 1,500 points and then 2,000 points of Tau, 1,000 point or a little higher than 1,000 point Space Marine armies, and then should have Tyranids at 1,000 points as well too. And then that'll give me plenty of units to learn 11th edition and really dive in and get into Warhammer 40K on a budget, and then keep going with the Hachette magazines, build a few more armies, and try to have 11 armies in 11th edition. So I think that's going to be a fun and very reasonable goal. I'm on track. Meanwhile, I'll do a little more with Age of Sigmar and keep going with that as I can. But right now, the goal is build up 40K and get ready for the next edition. So super excited about that. I might play a few games of 10th edition just so I have kind of a starting point for learning the rules to the next edition. But I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time printing and laminating cards only to have to turn around and immediately abandon them. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I hope this has been fun for you to look at and see. I'm really excited about this army. I do love all of the functionality of these vehicles. The cannon here still moves, and I was able to loosen this up. If you saw the original videos, you know these models were slathered in 3 layers of paint and then a coat of purple primer. The weapons were all seized up. They were busted, broken. This guy had snapped pieces. This kit I bought new, but everything else was in really bad shape. These guys were missing arms and had upside down shoulder pads and missing shoulder pads. So everything's been more or less fixed. I'm not worried too much about the antenna. Where they have them, they have them. Where they don't, they don't. I'll have some drones without them, but I'm really happy with this. This has been such a fun project, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, or leave me a comment and tell me what you're painting. I love seeing your armies, your Tau, and your paint schemes as well. So I try to take some time to watch your stuff as well if you're watching my stuff, and leave me a comment, and I'll go check your channel out as well too. So thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Bye.